Are you listening? You hear it? You hear what I hear? Welcome back to the channel. Dean, Mike. We're back with lead singer replaced, but also a classic. You guys asked for it, and we're delivering it to you. Well, we did Van Halen last time. We're doing another band from a similar time period, Bad Company. Very cool band. They're actually not American like Van Halen. They're actually an English band. They came out in the 70s and actually under the same label as Led Zeppelin. The singer came from a band called Free. What's his name? Paul Rogers? Yeah, Paul Rogers. This song we're doing today, we're gonna do the same song, but by their three different singers. So originally done by Paul Rogers, and then they had two other singers after Paul Rogers had left the band. Brian Howe was the second singer, came in 1986 to 1994, and then Robert Hart. So their first singer, Paul Rogers, is amazing, obviously, but their second singer, Brian Howe, was not bad. Yeah, so this is one of their biggest songs, man. I think you'll recognize it, Dean. I know this song, obviously, and you may recognize it after you hear it too, but yeah, Shooting Star came off of their Straight Shooter record in 1975.
Oh yeah, I've already got the chorus in my head.
You got it? Yeah, you got the lyrics?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah,
in my brain.
It's a cool story. I like the storytelling in it. So yeah, we'll definitely dive into lyrics on this one. All right, here it is, Shooting Star by Bad Company.
Johnny was a schoolboy when he heard his first Beatles song. Love Me Do, I think it was, and from there it didn't take him long. Got himself a guitar, used to play every night. Now he's in a rock and roll outfit and everything's alright. Don't you know? Johnny told his mama, hey mama, I'm going away. I'm gonna hit the big time, gonna be a big star someday. Yeah. Mama came to the door with a teardrop in her eye. Johnny said, don't cry, mama, smiled and waved goodbye. Don't you know? Yeah, yeah. Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know? Don't you know?
I like that bass. Pretty groovy. Moving.
Don't you know that you are a shooting star? And all the world will love you just as long as you are. Johnny made a record, went straight up to #1. Suddenly everyone loved to hear him sing a song. Watching the world go by, surprising it goes so fast. Johnny looked around him and said, well, I made the big time at last. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know? Whoa, yeah. Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Yeah. And all the world will love you just as long as you are. Yeah, shooting star.
There we go.
passing by like a warm summer day. If you listen to the wind, you can still hear him play.
Man, that bass is just moving, man.
Yeah.
Got that fade out again.
Yeah, that bass was badass, dude.
Yeah, that bass was moving, man. I noticed
Yeah.
that a lot, and I don't think I ever noticed how much it moved in that song before.
Drummer was having fun too.
Yeah, he just kind of hits that snare like at the perfect moment. It's just like how it hits it too. It's just or how it's tuned or the production in it. It just sounds good.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite songs, man, of all time, probably. One of my
Yeah.
favorite bands is Pearl Jam. Well, it's my favorite band is Pearl Jam. So, this is kind of the blueprint for the entire band. And this, if you listen to like a live from Pearl Jam, it's got that same anthemic, rock and roll, got the guitar solo and got the chorus that's real catchy and the
Right.
drums that hit the same kind of way. So yeah, this is kind of probably why I ended up probably falling in love with Pearl Jams because this was played a lot in my earlier years.
Yeah. Big impression.
Yeah, we would listen to it. Even we got the background Laughlin. We used to come here every summer in the 90s, and my dad would always be playing Bad Company or Hootie and the Blowfish. And those
Nice.
those songs have just kind of become, nostalgic for me. So this is a nostalgic song for sure. What'd
Yeah.
you think of the song lyrics? I think it's kind of a cool story he's telling here.
Yeah. Got sad towards the end, but I
Right,
mean, yeah, Johnny croaked. But I
right.
mean, he
Started
made it.
off,
He
started
made
off,
it to the
yeah.
big time, you
Chased his
know?
dream.
Yeah. Yeah, it made it. And hey, nothing like going out on top, right? You know?
Yeah, man. This is an age-old tale, right? I mean, it's happened
Yeah.
to we've seen it happen to many singers.
Yeah.
John Bottom was actually still alive when this song came out and ended up happening to him. So
Right. Right.
yeah, we've seen it happen to Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix. I mean, you name it, right? So
Yeah.
unfortunately, we've seen this tragedy happen within music
Yeah.
throughout almost every decade. It seems to be less now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it had to do with like back in those days, they had to make the way they could make more money was by touring, right? So, a lot of stuff happens, when you're on tour.
Yeah. Hard
You
life.
got to, yeah, it's a hard life, and you got to keep going, night after night, and whatever you can use to keep, to keep yourself going might
Right.
play a big role in the longevity
Mhm.
of your fucking existence.
Right.
So I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes you got to take shit to fucking keep going, and it'll just fucking kill you.
Or the past baggage that they may have brought from the beginning. Maybe these things stem from something that was never healed from the beginning.
Oh yeah, you know, that's a given. I
That's what
mean,
feeds art usually, right? Is that's what kind of
yeah,
you channel your artwork through your depression or your anxieties.
true. I mean, like I myself find, a lot of baggage that I've carried since I was a child. And only now I'm starting to really realize that it needs to be taken care of. And it's amazing that um I, I've made it this far, but it at least I know, and so yeah,
Yeah, you got to heal your inner child, man. And instead of
yeah,
turning to drugs, pick that guitar up, pick that drumstick up, pick that bass up, pick that saxophone up, pick that keyboard up.
yeah,
Channel all of that, that depression or that anxiety through music and turn to that instead of, trying to self medicate, or go seek help because there is help available for those who have mental illnesses or who are struggling with depression or those types of things.
true. I mean, there's so many resources nowadays, there's no reason why anyone, you know, wouldn't be able to get out of whatever mess that they're in, you know. There's a lot of resources. I mean, a lot more than it was back in my day,
Right. And that's
when I was
probably why we've
younger.
seen that happen less now with some of these singers not overdosing anymore, is because they probably
Hmm.
have, yeah, there's more awareness now out there.
Yeah, and that's a blessing, I mean, yeah. Um, yeah, use those resources, man. Get to where you want to be.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to chase the dream. And the only way to do that is to be healthy and functional.
Right, right.
So yeah, because in the story, right, Johnny he wasn't addicted to any drugs when he started. So, you know,
Yeah,
don't lose your focus once you've gained that success or once you've, find your way through and seek help, seek treatment, seek yeah, channel it through the music, put it all in the music and cancel a tour if you have to. You know what I mean?
yeah.
All right, so let's get into their second singer, Brian Howe, Shooting Star. This is actually a live version. I don't think he ever recorded a version
Hmm.
of the song. So this is him with the band just performing a live setting or a live show. And he's covering the song Paul Rogers originally wrote.
Interesting.
So yeah, we'll compare the singers and we'll compare even the music. Maybe we'll see how that's may have evolved. All right, here it is. Brian Howe's Shooting Star with Bad Company.
Johnny was a schoolboy when he heard his first Beatles song. Love me do, I think it was. From there it didn't take him long. He got himself a guitar, learned to play it every night. Now he's in a rock and roll outfit and everything's alright. Don't you know? Oh yeah. Johnny told his mama, hey mama, I'm going away. I'm gonna hit the big time, I'm gonna be a big star someday. Yeah, mama came to the door with a teardrop in her eye. Johnny said, don't cry, mama, smile and wave goodbye. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know? straight up to number one. Suddenly everyone loved to hear him sing the song. You're watching the world go by, surprised it goes so fast. Johnny looked around him and said, hey, I made the big time at last. Don't you know? Whoa, whoa. Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know? Oh yeah. Don't you know that you are a shooting star? But all the world is gonna love you just as long as you are.
This is something about 80s rock.
That
Mix
shooting
it.
star. Hey.
There we go.
Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know? Yeah, don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? All the world is gonna love you just as long as you are. Yeah. Oh.
A breakdown
Alright.
action.
Yeah, bass and drums. A little bit of guitar.
That's what I love about live, man.
Yeah, just sort of improvise.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, does this song have acoustic guitar like the other one did?
Don't sound like it.
Yeah, I'm noticing that
Johnny
too.
died one night, died in his bed.
That breakdown goes good with
Bottle of
the
whiskey,
that's the
sleeping
lyric part.
tablets by his head.
where he
Yeah,
died.
Johnny's life passed him by like a
Yeah, it kinda
warm
gave it some
summer
time.
day.
Yeah.
And if you listen to the wind,
That too. That's cool.
Yeah.
you can still
That's the wind.
hear it play. Don't you know? Don't
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know? Yeah, don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? So come on, Johnny. Come on, Johnny. Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Oh, oh, ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Na, 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 na. You're a shooting star. Ooh, Johnny. Na, 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 na. You're a shooting star.
Still got that bass.
Don't you know that you are a shooting star? And all the world is gonna love you just as long as you are. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm really digging this one. That version.
Yeah, so you prefer the Brian Howe over Paul Rogers?
Yeah, yeah.
Me too, man.
I like this version because yeah. Plus, I mean,
It's
live,
live.
man.
It's live. That
Yeah,
helps. It's just the energy from the crowd and the band's kind of composing the song a little bit differently. Like you mentioned, man, like that pause between that time when he was alive till now he's dead, that
yeah,
little break of music
yeah. They
really
refined it.
added a lot. Yeah, added a lot of
Yeah,
dramatic emotion to that him passing
yeah,
away. And then the wind, you could still hear the wind, and then the cymbals are kind of rolling in. Just kind
yeah.
of brought that wind effect in there too. Just
And it's a well recorded live version.
it is because they made
Yeah,
it an album, so they were making sure that they had the production solid.
yeah,
Probably chose the best version from the tour or something, or
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's a good recording.
yeah, man, really cool.
So who's the other guy? That's
Robert Hart.
the next one.
Yeah, in this version, this is actually a recorded version, and it came off their album Stories Told and Untold. So I think these are covers of some old Bad Company songs with Robert Hart, and then maybe some stuff that was never released. And I don't
Hmm.
know if this was like an acoustic album because I got a little snippet from the beginning when we were starting this whole thing, and it sounded like it was an acoustic. But like I was saying, this song actually started with acoustic guitar with the Paul Rogers version, and I was going to mention that I liked that you had a little bit of acoustic and electric in this song.
Oh,
But I don't know if this live version, let me pull it back one more time. Okay, so this is only electric. So in the
yeah,
live version here, it's all electric, but if you listen to the beginning of the recorded version with Paul Rogers, it's acoustic,
yeah.
which I like that. It's got that Creedence Clearwater Revival kind of feel to it.
True. Yeah.
But
Softer.
I still love that live version with Brian Howe. But let's just hear this version with Robert Hart. I've never heard this, so this is going to be a reaction for both of us.
Right.
All right. That's way different, huh?
Wow.
That's like some Eagles shit. Okay.
Same band though, right?
Yeah, this is Bad
Oh.
Company still.
Trippy.
I think it's all acoustic.
Johnny was a schoolboy when he heard his first Beatles song. Love me do, I think it wasn't from there. It didn't take him long. Bought himself a guitar, used to play every
A little bit more of a southern twang in it.
But now he's in a rock and roll outfit, and everything's alright, don't you know?
Oh, got the
Johnny
organ.
told his mama,
Yeah.
hey mama, I'm a going away. I wanna hit the big time,
shaker.
gonna be a big star someday. Mama came to the door with a teardrop in her eyes. Johnny said, don't cry, mama, smile and wave goodbye. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know, no? Don't you know, no? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? And all the world will love you just as long as you are. Johnny made a record that went straight up to #1. Suddenly everyone loved to hear him sing a song. Watching the world go by, surprising to go so fast. Johnny looked around him and said, well, I'm at the bad time at last. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know, no? Don't you know, no? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? And all the world will love you just as long as you are a shooting star.
Okay, I got the electric now.
Yeah.
All right.
daddy one night died in his bed. A bottle of whiskey, sleeping tablets by hand. Johnny's life passed him by like a warm summer day. If you listen to the wind, you can still hear him play. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know, no? Don't you know, no? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? I said, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? I said, don't you? I said, don't you know that you are a shooting star? Baby. Don't you know? Don't you
This one's almost this video is almost this reaction's almost a cover, is the cover better than the original as well, because we're kind of doing covers here.
Wow.
Yeah. What was your
Well-
thoughts on the singers, the three different singers? What'd you think out of the three?
I like the second singer.
Still
Out
the
of all
best.
out of all three of them, for this song. And the structure of the second song was really cool. It's different. Yeah, I do like the third singer.
Got a little bit more of a southern rock sound in that.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
he has
that.
some good stuff going on too, but I'm gonna go with the second one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Brian Howe too. I think that this one was cool for the music, I think mostly. I like the acoustic approach at it.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, there was some
Um,
cool acoustic guitar work in there.
But the breakdown on that second one was really cool.
Yeah, there was just more interesting things going on, including Brian Howe as a singer,
Yeah.
which is what we're kind of doing anyways, is sort of comparing singers. And
True.
to replace Paul Rogers again, that's a hard thing to do. So Brian
Right.
Howe did a pretty good job.
Yeah, he had some more grittiness,
More of
going
that
on
80s
there.
rock vibe, huh?
Yeah, just it just like had a heart vibe to it,
Yeah.
like just coming from the heart type of feel.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
Robert
they all do, but then when you vocally, bring it out, it becomes more prominent.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I
So
agree.
yeah, the second one.
I agree with you for sure. The second singer is the preferred one here. But this is just a great song. I mean, I liked all three in general. They're all three. I liked everyone kind of approached it in their own way. And Paul Rogers, you got to give credit to the guy who wrote the fucking song.
Now, did we go from like a timeline,
Yeah.
from the beginning to the later one?
First singer, and then we got the second singer, and then we got the singer that came last in the 90s. Now he's gone, and they got Paul Rogers back. So the band is back with the Paul Rogers.
Oh, that's
Yep.
cool. Nice.
His life passed him by like a warm summer's day. Like,
Yeah.
that's what a shooting star is. It's just something that goes by very quickly, and if you're not looking, you'll miss it, right? So I like this kind of song meaning here. And then of course we talked about how drugs have taken the best musicians because of just the touring life, or the struggles with depression and anxiety. So this song is just such a great, I just love it, man. It's just from the lyrics to the music to all three singers. I mean, it's again, I think it's one of the greatest songs in rock and roll history.
Well, especially when it's got so much memories tied to it, especially the ones you've got. you know.
Hmm.
Those are great memories tied to it. That makes it more powerful.
Yeah, and it was that Brian Howe version actually that we heard a lot growing up. Was my
Right.
dad? My dad would jam the live record all the time. This shit was always spinning.
Right, right. Well, I mean, once you get into the don't you knows, man, you're just
I
like,
know, man. Don't
yeah,
you know? Yeah, it's that whole,
yeah.
I was talking about like the 80s kind of just had that 80s rock sometimes got cheesy, but it would just it was almost like church, man. That's rock
Right.
church for
Yeah.
rock and rollers for sure.
Yeah.
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 Good
Praise bad
times.
company.
Yeah. I mean, their music just sounds good on a summer barbecue night type thing. I mean, it
Oh
just
yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of
Fuck
people
yeah.
out there who have this band a part of their nostalgic summer vacation.
Hell yeah. Shit, barbecue sounds good right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, number two for me.
Yeah, same here. Number two, but respect to all three singers, especially
Oh
Paul
yeah,
Rogers.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all bring great stuff to the table,
Yeah,
just
definitely.
like barbecue. Well, it depends on who's cooking it, right?
Yeah.
Some people burn the shit. Like, what
Yeah.
the hell's wrong with you? But yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you thought. Which one of these singers did you like the best? And tell us your summer vacation rock band or band. What did you listen to when you go on your summer vacations? And let us know what you want us to react to next. We want to hear from you guys. That's definitely a part of this channel. We want to hear from you guys, not just us talking all the time. We want to hear what you have to say. Your input is very important to this channel. All right, guys, check our links down there in the description. We have a Facebook. We have social links now with Instagram, Spotify, TikTok. You can find us almost anywhere now. All right, guys, we'll see you again. See you on the next reaction.